Hello everyone, I'm Barry Fair. Welcome to the shortened version of my videos. This video is going to be showing you a selection of my videos from yesterday. So do sit back and enjoy it. I will get back to you after the show. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to yet another edition of the Daily Wraps. I'm Barry Bear with Kate Bobbis in the studio and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily Wraps. Well, to open episode 304 of the Daily Wraps, in the Tuesday edition of the Daily Wraps, we're going to be talking about ways of dealing with stress and what causes stress and anxiety and stomach aches. And this is a very important topic we'd like to begin our show with. And joining me in the studio, as always, it's a very good morning to Kate Bobbis and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily Wraps with me here in the studio.
Good morning. Hello everyone.
Well, first up, let's talk about stomach aches. What causes a stomach ache? Well, a stomach ache is when we get stressed, we eat something that doesn't agree with us, or we're nervous about something. Here's Kate now for her opening sequence on this.
Yeah, you might get stomach aches if they say there's like butterflies in your stomach when you're nervous, isn't it? But you could also get some strange feelings in your stomach if you're stressed, or if you eat something weird, you might get some stomach aches.
So what is a stomach ache? Well, a stomach ache, ladies and gentlemen, is when the muscles in our intestines flare up, become tight, they tighten up like a knot. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it might feel really weird. All your muscles are tensing and not really tight, and it just doesn't feel right. So it makes it have sometimes a bit of a pain, but you have to think about what the cause of the pain may be. Maybe it's just a bit of stress, isn't it?
A stomach ache also can start if we eat something that is not, that doesn't agree with our stomach, or we eat too much food at the one time. Now, a stomach ache starts, like I've just mentioned, like the muscles in our intestines, okay? They tighten up. Now, our intestines are like sausages. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it is like a really long sausage, but it's so compact. I think that's the longest thing in our body, or our intestines, but it's like curvy and squirmy, all fitting inside just your little stomach.
So a stomach ache is when we have eaten something that shouldn't, that doesn't agree with us, or we eat something that is contaminated, like off mince, off fruit, off vegetables, you name it, here's cake.
Yeah, so you want to try and not eat things that are off. Also, uncooked chicken or uncooked meats. Got to make sure you cook your meats right, or they might not agree with your stomach.
So a stomach ache can start in a lot of ways. You may wake up in the middle of the night, or even have it early in the morning. You may be getting up to get ready to come to work, and your stomach's not right. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it might be a bit unfortunate if you wake up ready for your day and your stomach's not feeling right. It just doesn't make you feel right all day. So you want to try and find ways to like eat the right foods and cooked foods so you don't cause that issue.
So we may have an infection in the tummy that could cause it. It could be some antibiotics or stress. Our stomach gets tightened up and we get a symptom called IBS. So this is another common problem of a stomach ache. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, and that can often be caused by stress because you're already tense and the muscles in your tummy and around your intestines are tense, and that can cause IBS.
So a stomach ache can also lead to not drinking enough liquid. Okay. Eating or drinking something that had lactose in it, like ice cream, cheese, or butter, or cream. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, when you're stressed, you might forget about eating the right foods and just want to eat all the ice cream, all the chocolate, all the creams, things that make you might be yummy, but might not agree with your stomach.
And then you regret it later. So if you eat something off someone else's plate and the food is contaminated, that can cause a stomach ache. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, so you kind of want to know what you're eating, because if there's things that don't agree with your stomach, you don't want to eat them. Like if you can't drink normal milk, you don't want to be just taking food off other people's plates that have normal milk in them. You have an upset stomach.
So what's an upset stomach? Well, it's an urge to go to the men's room or ladies' room. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, or it could even just be you're really bloated. Your tummy might really feel like it's bloated, and you might need to go to the men's or ladies' room, but don't know if anything will always come out. Your tummy will be bloated.
So, ways of avoiding a tummy ache. Here we go. Okay. Don't eat the wrong food. Eat small amounts of food. Chew your food well. Okay. Don't go. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, Barry, you're right. You want to eat the right kinds of food. So I think for stomach, you want to include lots of fiber and fruits and grains, and that'll help your tummy.
And don't eat anything crazy like your fish and chips. Okay, everything in moderation. Go for a 20-30 minute walk to relax your muscles. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Barry. After you're eating or just during the day, it's good to like move a little bit because that helps also with your digestion and will help your tummy so the food's just not all sitting there. You can move through your body.
And don't just sit there going, my tummy's hurting. If you need to do something about it, do it quickly, okay? Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it's good to act as soon as your tummy starts hurting. So yeah, try movement. And then also longer term, if you're eating the right foods, fixing your diet, and if it's really serious and it keeps on happening after you're doing all these things, you might need to go see a doctor.
Okay, another way of avoiding a tummy ache is talking to someone about how you are feeling. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, especially if your tummy aches related to stress. So you don't want to keep all that stress to yourself. It would be good to talk to people.
So we're going to watch a video on a stomach ache today and how it happens now. A stomach ache also happens when you touch something or someone else has already had it and they've passed it on. A germ may get inside there. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, that's right too. You might get like a stomach bug if you've touched something that has someone else's infected germs on it or touched someone else, and then you've managed to put it in your mouth or put it somewhere and then it's getting to your stomach and it could make you feel very sick.
So don't eat contaminated food or drink contaminated water. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, so you want to try and make sure your food is as clean as possible, and when people are preparing it, they're doing the right thing, washing their hands, using gloves, not getting germs all in your food and water.
So make sure that you know your fruit is ripe before eating it, because if you eat unripe fruit, guys and ladies and gentlemen out there, it can make you quite sick. So here's Kate now.
Yeah, it could make you quite sick, and also eating unripe fruit might not taste very well to begin with. So double whammy. It won't taste good and make you feel sick. Don't do it.
And don't eat stale bread either. Here's Kate.
Yeah, you don't want stale bread. Could be all dried up with mold. That won't be good inside you. You don't want to try and ingest that.
And check the dates on your food, your label and your labels. Okay, check the use by dates or best before dates too, and write the date on when you open the product. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, and some products that like a long life milk or something might say just use within 3 days, or other things might say use within 1 day. So you have to look at your packaging and know your product and when you opened it.
So we're going to have a look at a package today also and look at the use by date on this. So here's Kate now.
Yeah, it's important to have know in your mind of when your products are expiring so you can use it before then and you're not having things that upset you.
So another way of curing an upset stomach is don't eat loads a big meal before bedtime. Bedtime, because it will make it hard for your digestive system to break everything down. Here's the cake now.
Yeah, that's right. Just because if you have a big meal and then you just go to bed and you're not really moving when you're asleep, it'll kind of just sit there and hard for your stomach to break it down. It's probably better to have a smaller dinner.
So like we just said, don't go like shove it in like you're shoveling it in with a spade and then go yum, 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 yum. That's delicious. Here's cake now.
Yeah, you want to take your time and really enjoy your food. Take smaller mouthfuls. And if you're full, you don't have to keep on eating more.
And like I've just said, it can make it very hard for the digestive system to break it all down. So and when you are making your dinner, choose wisely too. Make sure you add veggies into your mix. Here's cake now.
Yeah, it's important to eat lots of veggies with your meal. I think they say that like half your plate should be veggies.
Not just steak and chips.
No.
Because that will bind you up. You need fiber in the diet, guys. Here's cake now.
Yeah, you might just feel like eating the steak and chips, but you need lots of veggies to help you digest and make you feel good, or the nutrients in the veggies that are not in the meat or potatoes.
So we might watch a video on the digestive system now and continue with that, and then we will show you a product and how long it's been sitting there. So plenty more coming up on stomach aches and digestion, all coming up today on the show. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting show, getting to learn about digestive system and look at some different products. It's good to think about.
And later on the show, we're going to be talking about buying good shoes for the summer months. So we're going to be talking about that. And later on, also today, how to take care of your feet and what to do if you get blisters from the new shoes. So that's all coming up today on episode 304. And right now we're going to be watching a recent video that I did, and that will take us out to the break and the tea break. It is coming up to 10 to 10 on this Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us. You're watching the Tuesday edition of the Daily Wraps with Kate Bobbis and Barry Deere here. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. This is the second segment now. Barry Deere and Kate Bobbis with you. And we've opened the show about stress and what causes it. Now, a way of relieving it is to talk about our feelings and how to prevent the stomach aches. And also in this second segment, we're going to be discussing on how our food is digested in our stomach. But first, let's talk about how to relieve stress or combat stress. Okay, eat the right food. Eat plenty of vegetables. Drink lots of fluid, peppermint water, peppermint tea, herbal teas. There are plenty of herbal teas which you can buy today, and all of that. And joining me now in the studio for the second segment on this, here's Kate Bubbles. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Again.
Good morning again, yes.
Okay, well, stress in our lives can become very uncomfortable. Here's Kate now to open the second segment with that.
Yeah, a lot of us have stress in our lives, especially this day and age. There's lots of things going on, lots of things to do, and it kind of makes us a bit stressed as well.
You may be excited about, stressed about something because something bad has happened to you. You lose someone in your family, someone is in the hospital, that sort of thing, and someone is blabbed something that they shouldn't have. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, all those reasons could make you stressed, and also you might be just so much going on. You don't have any time for rest or like exercise and eat properly, so that makes you even more stressed.
And stress is when you're stuck in traffic and you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna miss the meeting. The meeting I was supposed to be at the meeting at 9 a.m. I'm going to be late. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, I think for me, traffic is a big stress factor. Always stuck in traffic, and if you can't really do anything about it, you're stuck behind these cars, and it just makes you more stressed, thinking you're going to be late. But you've got to take a breath, don't you?
So, here are ways to combat stress. Have a nice cup of herbal tea to settle your stomach. Okay? And it relaxes the muscles too. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, I really enjoy tea, and tea is good for you, helping with stress. Have a warm drink, settle your stomach. You can get really nice flavours of herbal tea too, so it's enjoyable.
So, headaches can cause stress as well. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, headaches can cause stress, and or a headache could be because of stress. If you've got too much stress, you might give yourself a headache.
And a heart attack.
Oh, and if you're really stressed, you could work up to have a heart attack.
But we will talk about heart attacks at the end or on next week's program. But getting back to combating stress and ways of dealing with it. Don't just sit there and go, and then start crying and thinking that things are not going right. Because that is not the way to handle stress or deal with it. Here's Kate now.
No, so yeah, you want to let your emotions out, but that's not going to do anything about your stress. There are better ways to deal with your stress. That's just not stamping around and crying.
And then blaming someone else because you've had a stressful day. Don't just walk in the door and say, I've had a stressful day. go away, don't shout at them. But we will talk more about that, how not to deal with stress in a minute. But getting back to eating the right foods when you're stressed. Eat a good balanced diet. We open the show with that. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it's important to eat a balanced diet with lots of vegetables and some fruit and all the food groups. So don't just focus on eating all the meat and nothing else. That's not good for you.
And don't fill up on potato chips and Pizza Hut and Domino's Pizza.
Yeah.
No good. A treat or two is okay, but not all the time. And don't just fill up on ice cream either. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, last week on the show you had some delicious ice cream recipes, but you can't eat that all the time, can you? You need other things for a balanced diet. Yeah, it's nice for a treat, but not all the time.
So, don't just fill up on Domino's Pizza and think, stuff this, I'm not going to eat healthy at all. I'd rather eat junk food and get stressed. Is that the way to deal with stress? No. Is it the way to make your stomach cope with all that? No. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, so that junk food's all right sometimes, but yeah, it won't be good for your stress, won't be good for your stomach. Probably won't have enough energy if you're just eating junk food. You won't feel good at all.
And you will feel absolutely grumpy too, like going Here's Kate now.
Yeah, you don't want to feel too grumpy. You want to eat the right foods to get you in the right mood so you're happy and it's easier to deal with stress when you're in a better mood and you're feeling good.
So if you say that blame someone because you're stressed, that can bring it on. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, so don't just try and blame other people and get angry at everyone. That does nothing. You got to take some time to have a cup of herbal tea, take a moment and help de-stress before talking to others.
Because, say for example, something got cancelled and you were looking forward to that, don't just say, raise your voice, like turn up the volume there and say, I'm not going up to Queensland anymore. It's all your fault. This is an example, guys. Don't just say, oh, it's your fault when it's not their fault. I've said this on many of the episodes I've brought to you. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, that's a good example, especially like during last year and 2020, a lot of things got cancelled or postponed and it wasn't anybody's fault. So don't go around blaming other people, just it happens and in the future it may happen again. So just try and relax and de-stress while you can.
And don't go and punch someone because there are good reasons why and good reasons behind why certain things may have to be cancelled. Because the borders may still be shut. There could be COVID up there or down there or over there. So don't just start crying and abusing people on the phone. Okay, that is not the way to go. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, that's not going to solve everything. You punching things and getting angry at people is not going to change the fact that you might not be able to go just yet because, yeah, COVID.
And don't be an absolute plonker and try and drive to a closed border, because what if you don't have a border pass? It's great now.
Yeah, you got to really plan and think about before you do it. Don't make rash decisions just because you're angry and trying to escape. You want to go, you might be wanting to go into Queensland, but you're trying to go. If you don't have a border pass or don't have your things ready, it's not going to be a help at all.
And you may even have unfinished business to attend to before you leave, like I've got. Like tomorrow, I've got an appointment. I've got to deal with that first. So I can't just say, see you later, or I'm off. Because I haven't finished the contents on the plate down here first. It's great now.
Yeah, that's right. You want to be ready to go. You want to do everything you need to do down here, make sure you pack everything, make sure you're allowed to go up, and then you can go up and start afresh and you won't be filled with stress.
So don't just eat junk food and say, oh, what I damn well like, thank you very much, leave me alone. That's just an example. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, you can eat what you like sometimes, but it's good to have a balance of different foods and, lots of different grains and fruits and veggies. They're really important, and then you can have a slice of pizza as well.
But don't just take your anger out on someone and say, no, you're not doing this, because it's not their fault. And if you say, I'll do what I damn well like, or if someone is rude to you and they say, I'll do what I damn well like, thank you, and then go storm out of the room, is that going to solve it? And the problem? Of course it isn't. Here's Kate now.
No, that's not going to solve the problem at all. Don't go storming out the room and be rude to people. That won't fix you. They won't want to help you in the future, will they?
Because this is how stress comes about, guys. You know, because if you've had something cancelled on the phone or over Zoom, okay, don't just go wham and then go punching your computer screen or wall or your door, because I've said this many times on the episodes that I've brought to you. So distress yourself by calming down, taking the dogs for a walk, taking your dinner out away from everybody, like on your porch, getting a punching bag so you can punch that all you like, but don't punch someone because you're stressed. Don't do that. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Barry, to have different ideas of what you can do when you're feeling angry. Yeah, good to have a punching bag, or if you just take your dinner outside, go for a walk, de-stress. It's good to have these strategies before you get angry and you don't know what to do about them.
And write down a list of things you can do. Stick it on the fridge in the kitchen or in your bedroom. That way you can think, okay, I can do this. I'll do this or do that. Put on the radio or something. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, it's a good idea. So when you're not as angry or stressed, it's good to come up with a list. So then when you're in that moment and you might not be thinking as clearly, you've got that there and you know what you can do.
So, and another thing we'd like to end this segment on is don't just storm into a manager's office and say, I've just had this cancelled. My example, again, if I wasn't going to Queensland, I wouldn't say, oh, well, why not? Because there may have been a good reason behind all of this. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, there may be good reasons behind why things are cancelled. So to just take a moment, don't get angry straight away as soon as you find something's cancelled. Just take a moment, think about why it might be. There might be good reasons.
And the staff at the health might say, well, you've got good facilities there. Here, you know us, we know you, and it's probably best if you stay down here. Example. And the same here at St. Ives. Example. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, so if you have great facilities here, it's fine to wait out here while you're waiting to go up to Queensland, isn't it? Because you like your home, you enjoy coming here. It's okay just to be happy in the moment while you're waiting to go as well.
So think about your actions before you get really stressed, because you could give yourself a massive headache and a massive heart attack and could end up somewhere unpleasant. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, you don't want to give yourself a heart attack or a headache. You want to be feeling the best you can every day. So try not to work yourself up and get angry and get stressed too much.
And don't take your anger out on someone else, because it is not their fault. Because they're trying to get their point across and explain why the phone call was important, because something may have come up. And don't just swear at the person because they've said or done the right thing, because swearing is not appropriate. Okay, you cannot do that, or lunge out at a manager or a staff member, because it is not the way to handle stress. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, you never want to get angry at a staff member or a manager, because they just want the best for you. They're not trying to stand in your way and do things to hurt you. Some things they can't control, and you don't want to get angry at them.
Because they are looking at the best interest of her, and don't say, I don't want your opinion, get out of my way, get lost, stay away from me, because it is not the way to treat a site manager. Like at my house, for example, and even here, if I stormed away from Mel or anybody, it wouldn't be a good look. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, you don't want to storm away from people. You just want to take a breath and be nice to them, because they want to help you, and you don't want to shut their mouth as well.
So don't just go. You've got a week to change your mind, and if you haven't changed your mind within 7 days, I'm demoting you. You cannot sack anyone because things are not going your way. And here's Kate to end the segment with that.
Yeah, things don't always go your way, but you just got to be happy with the good things in your life that you've got, and good things will happen as well.
And even with your flatmates around, they might say, no, don't take your anger out on us, because we're only trying to help you. And that is the end of the stress segment, and the last two segments we're going to talk about is digestion of food and looking after your feet. Now on to the second last topic of our program, and that is the digestion of food. Here's Kate to tell you about it.
Yeah, so we just watched a video about digestion, and as we know, it starts in your mouth, doesn't it? And you chew everything up. So your teeth help to grind up the food, and then you have saliva, which helps break it down. So as it's traveling down into your stomach, it goes through the stomach, and then small intestines, and then into the large intestines. So there's lots of muscles contracting to keep the food moving. And then as it enters either your stomach, your small intestine, or a large intestine, it has a different job to do. So the stomach squeezes and churns all the food and turns it into kind of water, and the acid in your stomach helps to break it down. And then it's in your stomach for about an hour, and then it starts to move into your small intestine, where we get all the nutrients out of it. And then an hour and a half later, it goes into your other intestines and enters the large intestines, where it gets rid of all the waste food and bad cells that it wants to get out of your body. And then it takes all the water and breaks down on your complex carbohydrates. And then it takes another 12 hours until we expel what's left of the food.
So, the yellow stuff, which is urine, okay, which comes out of our body, and our bladder, okay, works like a storage tank.
That's right.
And then what is left, if I was a male, the stuff that is left in my body would come out the same way. And whatever food is accelerated, it will come out the other end, which I don't want to talk about.
No, that's just all the stuff your body doesn't need.
It's just all the stuff that our body does not need. So our body, at the end of the 12-hour journey, is like a garbage bin. So whatever our body doesn't need, it goes out.
Yep.
And we hope that you've enjoyed this segment of the show. Now on to the last segment. Now, our last segment today on the show is taking care of our feet. Now, our feet have 26 bones in each. So 46 bones in the foot, or 26 bones all up. There are small bones and large bones. Okay. We should take care of our feet, okay? Especially if you're walking. And if you're a disabled person like myself here, okay, you've got to wear the right comfortable shoes for each season. Like for summer, wearing sandals just wear the feet out. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, that's good. In summer, you want to air your feet out a bit because you don't want them getting all sweaty, and it won't be good for your feet if they're just all the sweat build up. You need to air out the feet and make it feel cooler. That's a good point.
And buying good shoes as well for the summer as well, like sandals for going around the house or going out to dinner. Take an existing pair of sandals to your shoe store and tell the staff what size shoe will be right for your feet. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, that's a good idea, taking a shoe to the shoe store, because sometimes different stores have different kind of sizes. So if you have one that already fits you well, they can see if another shoe will fit you well as well. Good idea.
And get the staff to measure your feet as well when you're in the shoe store. And on the subject of shoes, ladies and gentlemen and school kids out there, or school children and teenagers, okay, it's coming to the end of the school year. You need to start thinking about new school shoes for the 2022 school year, okay? So your old school, your kids, your child's school shoes that they bought from last year may be wearing out. They're not as comfortable. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, and if they are little kids, they might be growing really fast, so their little feet might be too big for the shoes that they had last year. So they might need to, think about what kind of shoes to get and get ones that are comfortable if they're going to wear them every day.
And again, take your existing school shoes to the store with your child, okay? And tell the staff what size their foot is, whether it's a 6, 7, or 8. Here's Kate now.
Yeah, you want to get the right shoes even for kids, for adults. You always want to get the right pair of shoes because it's very important for your feet to feel comfortable because you're going to be wearing these shoes a lot.
Okay, and also wear your shoes in, and this includes the sandals, guys. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, once you get some shoes, especially if they're leather, that you might take some time to wear in and stretch out and fit to your foot a bit better. So you got to wear them. Good point.
So the trick is, okay, get a bucket of cold water and some old newspaper, okay? Sit your shoes in the cold water and old newspaper in a bucket and stretch the shoes out, especially if they're a Windsor Smith. Here's my offsider.
Oh, that's a good tip. I didn't know that. So you can stretch your shoes with some water. That'd be good, be more comfortable for your feet.
And wear socks with the shoes too. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, the socks will help with any, you don't want to get any blisters or anything. It'll be best to wear socks.
And especially with the sandals too. Go around for an hour at home to wear the sandals in because they may be new, and make sure that that they are not rubbing you. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, that's good. You want to wear your shoes a little bit at home, for an hour or so, because if you go out for the day, you don't want to be stuck with uncomfortable shoes all day with nothing else.
And excuse me. And make sure that your toenails are nice and short too. Make sure that your nails are cut to the right length. Don't cut them down too much or file them down, because your new shoes could cause the nail to engrow. Here's my offsider.
Yes, you want to make sure your nails are nice and short, not too short, but short enough, because yeah, you don't want them rubbing on your shoes as well and can cause problems with your feet.
Now, keeping your feet nice and dry. Wash your feet really well between your toes and dry them well. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, you got to remember also to wash your feet. I think some people might forget to wash their feet in the shower and stuff, but yeah, wash between your toes, and also remember to dry between your toes. That's important.
And as soon as you get home, guys, take the shoes off. Let the skin breathe. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, that's the best feeling. After a long day, you get home, take your shoes off, give them some air them out, because you don't want them stuck in a shoe all day.
And wear nylon socks as well. Here's my offsider.
Oh yeah, nylon socks, is that you recommend?
No.
Don't.
Cotton socks.
Oh, cotton socks, yeah, wear cotton socks. They're the most, I think the fabric's very breathable, which helps your feet. They're not just stuck in, a nylon sock. You don't want that. You want to be able to breathe a little bit, get some airflow.
So we hope that you've enjoyed today's show. Now here's the recap. We opened the show about stress today, and we've been going over that. So let's just go over some of the tips we've talked about. Talk about how you were feeling. Okay, don't just bottle it up and don't take your anger out on someone else because something was cancelled, because there may have been a good reason behind all of this, because the border could be shut, or the Premier would have had to say, we are not opening the border until January. So, example, okay? So don't just turn off your TV and think this is absolute rubbish, because it is not. There are good reasons, so please try and be a mature person and take on board the reasons why this is not happening, or that's not happening, that sort of thing. Here's my offsider.
Yeah, things might not always go your way, but there's a reason things may be happening, and gotta listen to the information and think about why things are happening that way.
And don't just storm into a manager's office and say it's your fault when it's not their fault, because they may have been a good reason behind that, and don't take your anger out or swear at him or her, because it's not the way to handle stress. And if you're having a stressful morning or afternoon or evening, don't just say shut up, because the person is trying to help you, because they have rights that have their opinion too. And what would you do, Kate, if someone was taking their anger out on you for no reason?
If they were taking anger out on me and I didn't do anything wrong, I'd be very upset. I wouldn't know how to react. I can't help them if it's not my fault and I don't have anything to do with it. I'd be very upset, I think.
Would you say, excuse me, I did not say or do the wrong thing. Please don't you dare take your anger out on me. That is not nice.
Yeah, that's what I might say. I didn't do anything wrong. Please stop yelling at me. That's not very nice.
So we hope that you've enjoyed the show today, and we'll be back with you next week to talk about all of this. And I hope that you will find this episode 304 interesting. But that is all that we've got time for this morning. Thanks for your company, and we will see you again next Tuesday morning, 9:30, here in the studio. You know where we bring the shows to you. And here's Kate now for her closing message and farewell now.
Yeah, it's been another great episode. Learnt lots about your digestion and stress and not yelling at other people and foot health. It's been good, and I'll see you next week.
And as always, if you've got any comments on our shows, we'd like to hear from you about them. So if there's anything you'd like us to cover on the show, please do let us know. And with summer around the corner too, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like you to bring us some suggestions and school holidays too, so don't be shy in bringing up some suggestions. So on that night at nearly 10 to 12 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, Barry, Bear and Kate Bobbers wishing you a very good morning. Thanks for your company today, and we will see you next Tuesday morning, 9:30 here in the studio. And we've got plenty more coming your way before the spring series is over. So thanks for your company, and we will see you next Tuesday morning here, 9:30 here in the studio here. Thanks for your company, and we will see you next time round on the Daily Wraps. Barry, Sarah, and Kate Bobbers wishing you a pleasant week. And from all of us here now at our Stanley Street complex, it's a very good morning, and we will see you next time round. Catch you next time round. We look forward to your company then on the next edition of the Daily Wraps. It's time now for a lunch break and relaxation. So where Kate and I are off now to prepare for lunch. And you take care, and we'll see you next time. Here's Kate now for her farewell.
See you, everyone. Yeah, we're off to have some lunch. See you next time.
And see you next time round on the daily edition of the Daily Wraps. Bye-bye, everybody. You take care, and I will see you here on Friday with Alex to bring you another edition of the Daily Wraps. And Kate, see you next Tuesday morning. Bye-bye, everybody. And that was episode 304. Join me next time for another jam-packed episode. Until then, I'm Barry Fair. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.